once clear and bright. The water slipped from the Herne Bay shore in the hush of silver light, far beyond the usual line where the waves would rise and stay. The seabed opens wide and still on a springtide day. They gather quiet along the wall with buckets, bags and ice, watching where the tide will turn beneath the changing skies. Old hands know just when to move when the sea is slipped away, and the dark beds start to show themselves along the Herne Bay. Oh, when the tide falls far at Herne Bay and moonlight leads the way, 1,000 teeth from ancient seas lie scattered in the clay. From long-lost sharks of distant tides to hands of those who stay, the past returns with every pull of the sea at Herne Bay.
The suggested equipment at this location is as follows: some tweezers, magnifier loop, kneeling pad, some Wellington boots, small bucket or container, and some people like to take a sieve, trowel or small spade. UK Fossils follows all laws and regulations regarding fossil hunting. In some of our videos we use hammers to extract fossils from rocks. These rocks are not part of the bedrock. They are ex situ rocks that have naturally broken away from the bedrock and are legal to collect under SSSI regulations.
Herne Bay exposes a sequence of early Paleogene deposits around 60 to 50 million years old, beginning with the Thanet Formation of the late Paleocene age, laid down in a shallow marine sea. Above this sits the Woolwich and Reading Formation sediments, representing a mix of estuarine and lagunal conditions before a shift back to fully marine environments with the Oldhaven Formation in the early Eocene. Between these units are distinctive pebble beds formed as erosional lag deposits which concentrate durable material such as flint pebbles, and it's within these that shark's teeth are commonly found. Today, these pebbles are regularly reworked by the sea, making the foreshore at Herne Bay one of the UK's most reliable places to search and find fossil shark's teeth, especially at low tide. So we're now at Herne Bay and we're waiting for the tide to recede. Got another 2 hours before it goes fully out. Hopefully it will go up further enough today. It's around about 0.3 metres. Generally you need 0.8 metres to be able to find anything really, although you can find the odd tooth on the shingle bank here. It's much better to collect on a very low tide. So when the moon is full moon and when the moon is new moon, those two stages are the best time to come down here and collect teeth. Once that sea goes back, we need to be going out as far as we possibly can. That's where you're going to get the best teeth. So I'm just looking in some of the shingle while we wait for this tide to recede. I don't think we're going to have a very big window of opportunity, simply because we have got 2 hours it's going to reach its lowest point. It is still going out, but it's taken a while to go out actually today, despite the fact that it is very low tide. So you can still find teeth washed up on the shingle and the sand, but really we want to be out there. We need to be out that side really, as far as we can get. You can see literally within 5 minutes there's a sandbank here, and this has just literally just appeared in a very short space of time. enabling us to go all the way out here now. So it is going. I think once that go, that will go up really fast. We've just got to be a bit patient, really. Wait for that sea to recede enough. There's about 20 minutes now later. Still going out. Hopefully it's going to go out a lot further than this. We have got still an hour and a half left. So it's a very sort of small window of opportunity to find these teeth. It's certainly in the masses anyway. You're always going to find the odd tooth down there in the shingle, but if you want to find the best teeth and the most teeth and other fossils as well, your best chance really is to get as far as you can out. As you can see now that this bank is now appearing, the water's now completely gone away here. So this is where, look, there's the first tooth. There it is. I just spotted that. As you can see, this is where the tide has receded. It's now starting to yield these teeth.
So we're starting to approach more of the pebbles now on the foreshore, and this is where you're more likely to start finding the teeth now. Just moments ago, our daughter had found a tiny, it's a very small one. She noticed it just down here where these pebbles are. I found another one. Oh wow. Oh, haha. Here's one. It's just got the edge missing there with the root.
I found one.
Another one. You're good at this. Oh yeah. It's just missing a bit of the root as well, but still nice too.
Found another one.
Ooh.
One thing you do need to be aware of here is areas where the bait diggers have been digging. You suddenly sort of sink and fall down into this hole because they do a lot of digging here. It just looks like normal sand, and then all of a sudden your foot just gives way and just goes under. So it can take you by surprise, so be aware of that. So there's just half an hour to go now for low tide, and yeah, the sea's gone back now quite a bit. As you can see, this ridge now here is all completely unexposed now.
You got another one. Stay my back for 5 seconds. You obviously got a good spot. I'm gonna need a bigger bag. You found another one. Oh my gosh. Wow. You're doing well. Is there any more?
I think I nicked them all.
You got them all, have you?
I think.
This long spit that goes out to sea here is a really good area for teeth. You just got to be really careful that when the sea does start coming in, you don't get cut off here, because it does go all the way out here. But it's a really good place to look. A lot of the teeth get washed up on here. The teeth can be really difficult to spot. You do have to get down on your hands and knees quite low. Can you see the tooth here? It's really well camouflaged.
So it might be quite a small bag. I've actually managed to find quite a few this morning. At Herne Bay, you'll discover a variety of fossil shark teeth. The most common of all is Striatolamia striata. These teeth are long and slender, often very fine vertical lines running down the surface, and sometimes small side cusps. They belong to a tiger sand shark, a fast-moving predator that hunted fish in these ancient seas. Close behind it in abundance is Gluckman Ortodus heinzelini. These are usually tall, narrow and sharply pointed, with a smoother surface and fewer obvious side cusps. Another sand tiger type shark, perfectly adapted for catching slippery prey. There are, however, other more rarer teeth that can be found. Silvestri lamia terreedens has a more delicate, slightly curved shape, often with small side cusps. This was a mackerel shark, built for speed, much like modern open water hunters. Then there's Carcharias hopaii. These teeth are a bit sturdier, with a thicker central cusp and more noticeable side cusps, again belonging to a sand tiger shark cruising coastal waters. You may also come across Striatolamia macrota. It looks similar to the common species, but tends to be broader and more robust overall. One of the more striking finds is Ortodus obliquus. These are larger, triangular teeth with smooth cutting edges and strong side cusps. This shark was a powerful predator, an early relative of the giants that would later dominate the oceans. Some teeth can look a bit more unusual. Paleohypotodus rutoti often has a more triangle shape, sometimes with rough or irregular edges. Paraorphacodus eosinus tends to be lower and wider, with multiple cusps giving it a slightly jagged appearance. This shark likely fed closer to the sea floor. A very distinctive one is Notidan ordon lozi. Its teeth are flattened with several blade-like cusps, quite different from the classic pointed shark tooth. This is a cow shark related to deep water species still alive today. And finally, Odontapus winkleri. These are elegant teeth with a long central cusp and small sharp side cusps, another member of the sand tiger group. As you collect, you'll notice that many can look quite similar, and learning to spot those subtle differences in shape, size and curvature can be a challenge. And it's not just shark teeth here. Beltinge can also produce ray plates, fish vertebrae, turtle remains, shells and even rare chimeoid mouthparts. Between the two big pebbles. There's one here in the water, and there's another one next to it in the water. So that's quite nice when you get two at once. Can you see that in there? Once we got home, we had a good look at the teeth we collected. These are all the perfectly complete teeth. And these are still nice, but not fully complete. Amongst the teeth, I had forgotten that I found a rare chimeoid fish mouthpart. On the day, I wasn't totally sure as it was covered in mud. It was a nice little surprise. UK Fossils always collects responsibly and is proud to have created the Fossil Code, which helps educate others. We encourage you to read the Code of Conduct and guidelines on our website before going fossil hunting yourself. Safe and sensible collecting is always paramount. The information provided in our videos is for general guidance only. While we aim to ensure accuracy, UK Fossils cannot accept responsibility for any errors, omissions or actions taken based on this content. It is your responsibility to check local regulations and land access permissions before collecting.